Clemson has had a pretty disappointing season this year. A team that had very high expectations coming into the season, thought they may contend for a national championship, has not played up to the level that we expect from a Dabo-coached Clemson team. However, Clemson has done a very nice job of showcasing some of their young talent and players who are going to be eligible for the 2024 NFL Draft. Quite possibly the most intriguing prospect from their team is cornerback Nate Wiggins, a guy who has absolutely flown up draft boards after a stellar season so far this year. But where does he ultimately get drafted? That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, I have done quite a few of these prospect spotlight videos already. I would love it if you guys would leave a like on this one, subscribe if you are new, and leave a comment and let me know what you guys think of Nate Wiggins down in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's take a closer look at Wiggins. Nate Wiggins is a guy where, when you look at the stats, not much is going to stick out. In 2022, he had 30 total tackles, 1 interception, with 11 pass deflections on the year, which are by no means bad numbers at all. In 2023, he has 15 tackles with 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, and 5 pass deflections. Funnily enough, both interceptions over the last 2 years that Wiggins has had have been taken to the house, and he has 2 pick sixes on both of his interceptions. Wiggins has very good size for a starting cornerback at the NFL level. Standing at 6'2", 185 pounds, he possesses exactly what you look for in terms of a starting level cornerback in the NFL. He has long arms and he's very tough to throw the ball against. Physically, he can match up with just about anyone on the field, which is something that teams are really going to love about Wiggins. Wiggins is very hard to throw against in coverage as well. With his great size, it is already tough in man-to-man, but he also is an incredible mover. He has very fluid hips, quick feet, and a really solid back pedal, and he really shows some awesome stuff in that regards. So far, in 2023, he is top 5 in the FBS in yards allowed. On 20 targets this year, he has allowed only 54 yards and 1 touchdown, which is absolutely fantastic. He's also very solid in zone coverage. He does a very solid job of keeping his eyes on the quarterback, and he plays his spots well. He doesn't go too far, and he's very, very sharp. And lastly, I like Wiggins' physicality. He hits hard and is a very sure tackler. He also is incredible with the ball in the air. He overpowers guys to make sure he is the first to the ball and has excellent ball skills. I think these are all areas to be very impressed with when it comes to Nate Wiggins' game. My biggest concern with Nate Wiggins is going to be his speed. He is not the fastest player in the world whatsoever. He doesn't have that elite long-range speed that I typically like from my corners. In his last timed 40, he ran about a 4.47 and a 4.45. He was somewhere in that range. I typically like speedier corners. Now he has the size to make up for it, but I am a bit worried how this is going to translate to the next level, and we've seen him struggle in the past against speedier receivers, so I'm going to be very curious to see what his 40 time looks like at the NFL Draft Combine. I would also like to see Wiggins develop a bit of a punch in press man coverage, which is one of my areas of critiques with him. Since he isn't super fast, I wanted to see him be a bit more physical at the line of scrimmage, and that just isn't an area he has developed in his game just yet. But I would love to see him improve there because with the ball in the air, he's super physical, but in press man coverage, I do have some concerns about his physicality. Wiggins has been a guy I've been a fan of since I started doing my evaluations this summer. He was sitting right around my cornerback 8 spot coming into the season, but this is a guy who's been getting a ton of hype and has played absolutely excellently this year. He has jumped up to my cornerback 4 in the draft. I think his size and his movement ability will push him up draft boards, and he is top 30 on my draft board. Wiggins is a scheme versatile corner. We mentioned how he plays well in both zone and man coverage, but I think I would like to see Wiggins play in a primarily off-man scheme. Something where he's not forced to play a ton of press man coverage, but he also can match up in more one-on-one situations. We have seen just how good of a man-to-man corner Wiggins can be this season. I think a scheme where he's allowed to play mostly man would be beneficial for him. I think this is something that's going to work. I think he would fit best in an off-man scheme. My player comparison for Nate Wiggins is Chicago Bears cornerback Jalen Johnson. Johnson has statistically been one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL in 2023. Neither of them are the fastest cornerbacks, but they make up for it in terms of their size and their ability to move their feet quickly and their fluid hips. Wiggins is a couple of inches taller than Jalen Johnson, but I see quite a few similarities in their games. I think a team would love to get a guy like Jalen Johnson in the upcoming NFL draft. Wiggins is nasty. He is a guy who hits hard, and teams just can't throw his way due to his elite size. He has great ball skills, great length, and he checks a lot of boxes. I think he has a ton of upside, and ultimately, I think Nate Wiggins will be a first-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.